that's one thing that a lot of women in Nigeria facing infertility go through. They don't have supportive partners.
Yes.
And one thing I keep telling people is that if you don't have a supportive partner, it will take longer than normal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This IVF I went through taught me a lot of things. It taught me that you don't just assume, because you don't know what is happening inside of you.
Okay, you have the option of freezing.
Yes, I have the option of freezing, that the eggs are remaining stable. But I think the day of the egg transfer, they not say it's remaining 3.
Welcome to Reality Check with Adaeze, where we discuss with real people, real issues affecting real lives. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to carry triplets? You guys, the guest I have today, she has triplets, and she carried them herself. And today I have her to talk about her journey through infertility, why she, went through IVF, because she did IVF, why she went through IVF, how she got her triplet, what it felt like, and how life has been since she had her triplet, okay? So today I have Jideonwo on my channel, and I'm excited to have her here. We go way back, okay? But the history is long. We go way back, and now she has a YouTube channel where she talks about her life as a mom of triplets, her routine, how she's dealing with the whole thing, how life is dealing with her as well. Yeah, so please go and check her channel out. It's called Umadi, Abi?
Yes.
I'm going to leave the name on the screen and in the description box. So please go and support her channel. Like, share, watch videos, everything, please, okay? Yeah. She has a very fine face, so I'll show you her face now. She has a very fine face, so please go and support her, okay? So you're welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
She's also into beauty, Abi. Yeah. When your makeup looks, it looks so on point. I want to know what led you to having triplets. So you have to give us the story from the beginning.
Like the
full details. Because why your own story is kind of surprising is that you did not wait for too long.
Yeah,
you guys, she didn't wait for too long. Just 2 years, Abi.
Yeah, 2 years, and let's say 2 years, and before I actually jumped into the journey. Let's just say I jumped. Some people say you didn't walk, you just jumped.
Exactly, because for me, I went through 4 years of infertility.
Yeah.
And even that 4 years, when I talk about it sometimes, people are like, you didn't really, they see that as 4 years, it's not that. So I'm wondering you that you did 2 years. How? What happened?
Well, you know what comes with infertility, the series of treatments, the procedures you do. So when I just look at all those things, I say, if I can do all this, then let me just try the IVF. Yeah.
But did a doctor recommend it for you?
At first, no.
Okay.
I was the one pushing for it because he was just recommending some treatments. Let's do these things. Mostly I was having hormonal imbalance, which is just okay. Come today, I did tracking, I did a lot of things.
I remember doing all those things, man. It's not easy. Do you know, when people try to downplay it sometimes, I'm like, it's not, you can't,
even if it's 6 months, it's not easy. Psychologically, it has this way of just toiling with your emotions.
Yeah.
They will tell you, don't think about it, remove your mind. You say, I have removed my mind, but deep down, it's still there. When you sleep, you remember it.
Do you know, I keep asking that question, how do you not think about your reality?
It's not possible. What do you think about?
Exactly. It's not easy. Okay, so what was your husband's reaction to this whole thing? Was he in support? Did he do all the tests? Because I know that most times men don't do those tests. They will just feel like it's the woman's fault, so go and do everything. Did he do all those tests? Did he?
Yeah.
He did
initially,
everything.
yes, of course. We started it together.
Okay.
We did the whole test. Wanted to rule out if there was a problem somewhere.
Yeah.
So we needed to address the problem. So both of us did the whole test initially before it was not discovered that I'm having hormonal imbalance. Yeah. So now the attention is centered on me.
Yeah.
So that is how my journey, the whole treatment, series of tests, everything. They came up with treatment plans, diets, everything.
Are you serious? So which hospital did you do all these treatments in?
Okay. I used Gynescope.
Okay.
Yes, Gynescope Specialist Hospital. It's here in Port Harcourt.
Are they the ones that specialize in... There's one hospital that specializes in IVF.
Yes, only IVF. It's not like the general treatment. It's just a fertility clinic. Strictly mother and child.
But did you have anybody that went through infertility before? Do you have any friend or something?
Not someone so close.
Okay.
Yes, it's just like a friend's friend. But I've not really had someone like in my circle that will tell me use this or that. Even in Port Harcourt here, I had to just the hospital, no one recommended it for me. I had to browse, Google. I consulted in 3 hospitals before I was like, okay, I have these 3 on my table.
Yeah.
Which one should I
go for? Are you serious?
I just
You know why I'm asking it? Because it's strange for someone that is, first of all, you are newly married and you hadn't stayed so long to actually figure out. Many
What
people take years before they figure out. It means that you are very direct.
From people's experiences, when you hear people talk, they say 10 years, they say 5 years. I was like, I don't really want to stay that long. Let me just try out all my options. Whether the IVF work or it doesn't work, let's be like, okay, I've gotten to the head. I've gotten to the head. So whatever comes after it is just...
It's just, Okay, so do you know, another thing I noticed with some people is that some people feel like it's lack of faith to try so early.
Faith needs work.
Actually, because I think that thing affected me a little bit then. My husband was kind of person that was like, it will come, don't worry, why are you disturbing yourself? And you have children, that was not a problem. So anytime I'm trying to push for all these things, to feel like this one does not have faith. So I was trying hard not to come across as.
I was like, after 2 years, what other faith? Like,
yeah, it's true.
It's been 2 years and emotionally, all this stuff. A lot of people giving you advice. You know, one thing with fertility is that left, right, center, everybody telling you do this, do that. Even when I wanted to do the IVF, everybody was like, it's too early. What if he fails? Now you now have that emotional trauma. What if he fails? What if he doesn't? I'm still stagnant. I'm not doing it. So what should I do? Should I just sit one place and continue doing the same thing over and over again? So I was like, this is it. Let me do it.
Well, I give you props. So that means you have. I'm telling you that you have mind. I've not met anybody that. Okay, no, I've met one person. I've met one person that was that quick as well. But most women I know, they always wait and try different things and wait and wait.
Funny enough, when I first went to the hospital, I was like, I told the doctor I wanted IVF. He was like, no. First, you have to. Why do you want to go? It's not as easy. Because I was thinking IVF is just. I've never really had someone that is close that will tell me, this is it. So I was thinking, it's just normal from what I googled everything. So it's just do IVF. It might work. But I already have my mind that it might work, it might not work. So I was like, let's try it. I was my husband, let's do it. If it works, fine. If it doesn't, no, I don't. That anger was like, I was praying. I was praying. I was like, please, I don't want to go through this thing again. I want it to be once. So, but the doctor was like, no, there are other things you have to do first before we now arrive at the IVF treatment. So I was like, okay. If I take it along the line, it's fine. But I still had IVF behind my mind. So people was like, is the IVF you had behind? That was why the other treatments didn't work.
No, I don't think so. Because I don't think so. I've seen people that did not have IVF behind their mind and they still ended up with IVF.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's because your mind was not. But anyway, let us know about the IVF experience, because I'm always so curious about how do women go through that. Please tell us from the beginning, from the top.
From the top. Okay, let me just start with the whole treatment, fertility treatment. Aside the general test, which everybody know, the pelvic scan, HSG. That one is for another year. The HSG was so painful. All those ones. That's the, let's say, preliminary test you do once you say you're having fertility. This thing. Then there is this major one. They say this heteroscopy.
Okay.
That one, I think they have to like put in something into you and then check your womb and everything and know if there is anything there that obstructing it. So it was after then I was like, if this thing can go in there,
yes, anything,
whatever the IVF brings, I'll take it.
I can imagine.
So after the consultation with the doctors, I was first given the first injections. That you have to inject yourself. If you are injecting 8 a.m., you have to inject every 8 a.m.
For how many days?
I think for 2 weeks, some 9 days. It depends on your body. Yes. Okay. And then I first started with my thighs. You do you do your left thigh today. You do your right thigh, so you don't end up injecting the same place. So you do it for some days. Then for the tummy, I think it's to stimulate your ovaries, like to produce more eggs. Because IVF requires more eggs. Yes. So when they want to they have to bring out more eggs. So you don't end up doing it.
Multiple times.
So I started with the injections.
So you were injecting yourself by yourself?
Every morning I was injecting myself. The pain is even better you inject yourself. Yeah, I think it's less painful than someone. If someone has to inject you every day, you just at least you know where it's already paining. You know the particular tie you've already used. You just have to.
You have mind though. This is mine, I beg.
There's something that you would have gone through. You'll be like, I need to do this.
Yes, I get what you're saying, Sha. Because it got to a stage where you know how normally people that have not been through it, if they tell them is a male doctor will examine you, they might be like,
it got to a stage, male, female, everybody.
It got to a stage that there was just a male doctor will come and say, lie down, I'll just lie down. What do you want? Open.
You will be like, you don't know whether your miracle is coming from this person.
Thank you. That's what people don't know.
You don't know if your miracle is coming from.
I said, then you just be asking yourself, what do I have to lose? I bet you tell you lie down, open this one. You just open it straight
because you have already been opening it. So your mind, everything is just like, just do this. Let me just get what I want and go. If he's opening this now, will give me what I want. Why not?
But your own that they said was hormonal. Were they able to pinpoint the cause or something, or how does hormonal work?
You know, because we first started with tracking. They were tracking my eggs monthly. So we'll see the egg, they'll say, okay, go back, meet your husband, come back. I did it for like 4 months. Not like I just jumped. I did it for like 4 months. But when I come, so at a point, after the series of tests and everything, I think there's this thing they noticed that it's high or something. So they were like, okay, I should cut out this in my diet, I should do this, I should do that. And then they requested for that heteroscopy because that's what they used to know if it's, I think all these doctors, when you tell them maybe you've not done anything or something, they really want to check.
Yes.
They don't really, they will be like, this woman, all these people, she may not want to say it in front of her husband.
Exactly.
They will be like, let's check. To be sure. Most doctors do that.
Okay, to be sure. Okay, that is if you've had abortion before or something.
Yes. Yeah. Some people, when you tell them, but it's not just about the abortion, they'll still use it to check other things. Yes. But I believe all these doctors, they might not maybe trust women. Yes. Like maybe she's saying all these things because her husband is there.
It's true.
Let's record.
So you went for all your consultations with your husband?
Yes.
Yeah. That's very nice of him. Because a lot of men, that's one thing that a lot of women in Nigeria facing infertility go through. They don't have supportive partners.
Yes.
And one thing I keep telling people is that if you don't have a supportive partner, it will take longer than normal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you're doing it alone. Nobody's even motivating you.
Yeah.
Because if he's there, he will listen to what the doctor says. You don't end up to continue going for treatment. Continue going for treatment. He's going with you and he's saying that this thing is not actually working.
Yeah.
So let's try this one. But if you come back and just tell him the doctor said, it's different than the doctor is talking to him directly.
Yeah. So another thing I want to even find out is, so after the injections, what next? What did you do next? Okay,
after the injections, the next thing is to go in for trigger shot. There's something they call the trigger shot. The trigger shot, you take it, I think, 24 hours before the egg collection. Yes. So now I have taken the injections on my thighs. I've taken the injections on my tummy. I think it was within, let's say, 9 to 12 days.
On your tummy too?
Yes, on my tummy.
Okay, please explain again.
You first...
Although, yes, it's true. Okay, it's true. I see women that say they give themselves shots. Is it two different injections? 2 different injections. Oh, one tummy, one thigh.
You start with the thighs. I think after 6 days, that's 7 days or something, they will not give you one for your tummy. That tummy is to stimulate your eggs. I think they work with your cycle. Okay. Your cycle is 14 days. Yeah. So I think the first 8 days or something, you give yourself injections on your thigh. Then for your tummy, I think for 5-6 days, you stimulate your womb. Then you're now going for that trigger shot. I think my own was 17 days totally for the 2 injections. Are you serious? Yeah. Hey, am I giving yourself? Do you know? When I injected myself, the first one was like, this is it. I can't go back. Yes, it's true. I have to keep up. I have to set my alarm so I don't miss it. They will tell you 8 a.m. is 8 a.m. You can't miss it. So just choose the time. Maybe the time you go to work. Okay. When you want to leave, you just remember it and just give yourself. Don't give it at any time. Maybe you might be out or something. Maybe if you're using midday or something, you might just miss the timing. Okay, so after the trigger shots, then after the trigger shots, I now came in. That's that day. I now came in the next day because I didn't sleep in the hospital because I was not living so far from the hospital. But I think if you are coming outside Port Harcourt or something, they will just admit you because you don't need to go and come back. So I left. Then I came back. I was wheeled into the theater. Oh, it's a theater thing, no? Yeah, it's a theater thing. I didn't even know when they did you will be sedated. Oh, are you serious? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that, though. You will. Yeah, as in fully sedated? Fully. Are you serious? Okay, now that I think about it, it makes sense. You can't be awake for it's a really invasive procedure. You can't be awake, If not, the pain. The pain. Because you even feel a little this thing when you're out. Not like it will be so painful, but you feel like something happened entered there and you have that. So they now extract it. Please let me be hearing this gist though. At first, when we finished the whole procedure, I came out. They told me that they collected 24 eggs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were able to get, which is really okay.
Oh, because most people don't get a lot of eggs.
Yes, I think maybe because I was younger and everything. So they got 24 eggs, so I left. So they called me the next day. They said 12 remaining out of the 24.
Oh, okay. It deteriorates
every day.
Okay, are you serious?
Yeah. They called me that it's 12. 12 fertilized. The other 12 didn't fertilize. So now we are down to 12. Then I think 2 days after, which is the third day, they told me that it's remaining.
Okay, sorry. So after they extract it, they will now take the sperm as well.
Yes, they will not take the sperm because my husband was there with me too.
Oh, okay.
So they'll take the sample, his own sample too, and then take it for
Okay. Then now go and fertilize it. Okay, I get now. Yeah. So
I think it's a 5 days stuff because the
lifespan.
The lifespan is 5 days before they will put it back into the woman's body. Because when they take it out, they fertilize it, then leave it for 5 days, then put it back. Oh. Yes. They retrieve it after 5 days. It goes back into your body.
This is pure science. So.
It's pure science. So when people attach all those sometimes it's so funny.
Yeah, it's pure science.
It is pure science.
And it's God that gave them the idea.
Exactly.
Exactly. Do you know how many lives
God don't want it to happen, people will not even think about it.
It's true, actually.
It's true. Because IVF have saved a lot of people from emotional stress. Yes, I know then people will go through a lot. They don't even know what to do. Yeah. They take a lot of herbs. Some people even lost their life because of all those mixtures.
Yes. Do you know, I remember then one woman, and do you know this, I'll come to your mom's part too. But my mom was telling me that as I was going through it, it felt like she was going through it as well.
Exactly. People will be asking her, what is she doing about her daughter?
Thank you. So then my mom not told me that somebody said that it might be infection. No, there's one place in one Delta state, Benin, this one, that if you go there, they'll do treatment. I'm like, I'm not doing anyone. I told her then, I'm not doing, if it's not pure hospital, certified doctor doing these things, I'm not doing. And I didn't do it, so, because I've heard so many gist of people that went for all those things, even when they say they're massaging womb, they are doing
some people even lose their womb in the process.
In the process, so you don't even know.
You can't risk it, though.
Yeah.
You are looking for something and you end up worsening the whole situation.
Exactly. Even those herbs that people take, many people don't know whether the herbs are even worsening your case.
Exactly. Someone gave you the mind to make this herb. So what is telling you that in the hospital? It's not God
actually.
It's not God too. You can cook up something and say it will work. Why won't they do this in the lab?
So after the 5 days, what now happened next?
Okay, I was on the third day. They said it was remaining 7.
Oh, so it's
going down.
Yes. So that means it's possible that they can extract, but before the day of this.
Some people lose everything before the transfer. Some people you can lose everything. So you will be tense. You'll be like, even if it's one, as in, let it make it to that last day. Last day. So they now called me. They say in case if I want to freeze.
Okay, you have the option of freezing.
Yes, I have the option of freezing that the eggs are remaining 7. But I think the day of the egg transfer, they now say it's remaining 3. So I don't have any option of freezing again. Okay, it should. I heard that they typically don't put only 1 or only 2. Oh, they put multiple. So they were like, okay, let them put the 3. Some people, when it's plain, they will say, okay, put 2, keep, or put 1, keep. So it was remaining 3, the 3 last ones. And that's okay, let them put it. We hope. The doctor was always telling me that I'm hoping you have at least 1. But max 2, because 3 is always an issue, pregnancy and everything. So he put back the 3, and then I went home. You just rest. All this, you don't have to sleep in the hospital, funny enough. I was not admitted. The day I did egg retrieval, I just came. After some hours, I left. The day I did the transfer, you just rest for 1 hour and go home. They will just tell you not to.
But the transfer, is it theater as well?
Yes, the transfer, but they didn't really.
Okay, they didn't sedate you.
Yes, I was just seeing it because when they put it, was like, these are the 3 eggs we put. He was just showing it to me on the screen. So I actually saw the 3 eggs that they put. So I was awake. At least. Not like the other one. I didn't even know what
was happening.
They were just like, it was just like a reported speech. He was just telling me this happened, that's it. So I went home. They said do test after 2 weeks or after 7 days, because it was already 19th plus. So it's just like a full cycle. So you check the time you should be pregnant normally when you miss your period. So it was like,
I can imagine the tension. How did you cope?
They also said, don't check before time. I said, okay, I will not check.
We all know.
Behind that, there's a test strip waiting. Yes. They will give you a particular time they will give you their own test strip. There's a test strip you will use, but you can get your own and test as much as you want. But that one is the one you will come to the hospital with for them to do their own test.
Okay.
So on the day they gave me to do the test, I did before the day they gave me to do the test.
Of course,
I started doing before. So I started seeing the fence line. I was like, okay, because I've already had once. I think I've had this negative pregnancy stuff. Like he gave me positive, false positive once. So I was like, is it? I said no. This one I've done IVF. So once the line is there, it's there.
Actually.
So I said, as day goes by, it was thickening. Like, you see the double line becoming very obvious. Dark, yeah. So on that day, I did their own. It was positive, which I already know it's positive. I've already danced the dance and everything. I went back to the hospital, I gave them, and then they now did the blood test to confirm. Okay. So after the blood test, they said, you're pregnant.
Hey, I can imagine the joy.
The joy that I did it once, because the fear is, how do I go back? Because deep down in my mind, I was like, if this thing failed now.
It's true, you start from the beginning.
From the beginning. I was like, God, you have done this one for me. I don't even know if it's 1 or 2 or 3. Whatever it is inside there, but I'm pregnant. That is it. The pregnancy first.
Yes. And you know some people do this thing 7 cycles, 8 cycles.
Exactly. I know someone that did 5. 5 times. Even did surrogacy. He had to bring someone to carry the pregnancy. They put inside her and put inside the person, the 2 of them. And the sister that wanted to carry the pregnancy for her, have already given birth to like 3 children.
So it's not like
she has not done it before. So she was like, if my sister can do this, okay, let's do it together. They did it together, both of them. Nothing.
So that's why you still know that it's still God.
It's still God. Of
God doesn't allow it to not happen. It's true.
God, though. Yeah, it's still God. Because some people feel it's just, do you know what they're doing inside that lab? Do you know what they're doing inside this one? I would be like, do you even know the one you are going to go and take? Do you know what is inside that one?
Another thing people even forget is, okay, you are seeing IVF as one, I don't know what you are seeing it as.
As the babies are different, they're molded in the lab.
Whatever they are seeing it as. But when you are sick, for normal sickness, you go to hospital, they'll give you medicine. You didn't ask them, what are you putting inside my body?
You run the test. Where are they putting the blood? The sample you are giving them, where are they putting it inside?
Even when you want to do surgery, and all that, and they want to give you blood or whatever, many of you will go and lie down there. You willingly
submit yourself.
So when people always see IVF as if IVF is one terrible thing, I'm like, no.
See, there's this to say, if you've not gone through something, for example, now, someone might just get married, give birth. There are kind of people that will be giving you advice, don't worry, you want to go try IVF. Because it's easy for you. For example, now, I might get something so easy, I don't even know what it feels like
not to have that thing.
Not to have that thing. So you'll be like, you're stressing yourself, just wait a little. Because they've not gone through that psychological phase. Do you know, I feel like
the effect of infertility is way more psychological than even physical or anything.
Exactly. You don't need to say it out. You don't need to start telling people. It's written all over you.
But are there things that you did while you were, like, did you have any behavioral change? Like, how did it affect you psychologically? Like, what were the symptoms of it psychologically for you?
I wouldn't say it was like every time I sit down, it's just about how to get pregnant.
Yeah.
My business was like, normally I'm supposed to like browse on how to move my business, how to do this. But I'm there googling how to get pregnant. Everything is centered on how to get pregnant. It was like my life is all about getting. Those people say, move on. I said, don't worry. Let me finish this phase now. Let me just pass this phase and then at least one. If I have one, my mind, like, for example, I have a friend that have one child. They still complain, I'm having secondary infertility, this. I'll be like, don't worry, your own is not a problem. See, when it's not affecting you, it's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
So don't worry, your own you have one. I don't have at all. So that is why it's easy for someone to say, I have a problem, or it's your own problem. It's not just giving birth. Don't worry, God will give it to you. But deep down, are you really okay mentally?
Yeah. Anywhere you go,
people will even go as far as telling you, okay, it's like you just want to enjoy your marriage or something.
Yes.
That is the most annoying part of it. As if you're living inside my house.
As in,
you'll be like, it's like you just want to enjoy your marriage.
You're still doing CC. You don't want to change your body.
I comment a lot. They say, don't worry, it will not affect your body too much.
If it will affect my whole. In fact,
only if you know, you will just be giving that smiley.
Yes.
Because if you change it for them, then
that period is always very challenging. So anytime I see a woman going through it, I'm always empathetic towards them. Anything that they say she did, leave her, forgive her, because you can't understand what she's going through.
You will be willing to do anything.
Exactly.
You'll be willing to. You just need people around you to be like, leave this. Like my husband doesn't believe in all these herbs, all this stuff. So he ruled it out entirely. He ruled it out. So we are all about the medical way. Medical way. Everything we have to do through the doctors. If the doctors say this is it, because when you study, you go and work and you do your job well. So what makes you think the doctors are not going to do their job well?
It's true. Although we have some doctors that have issues.
That is where you as an adult comes in, because you don't just go and throw yourself. You read. Whatever you're going to. Before they tell me you have to do this procedure, I say okay. When I go home, that procedure.
Thank you.
That is what I'll be doing throughout that.
Do you know, on my personal channel, some things that I talk about now about fertility and all of that is what I googled, what I researched. I turned to fertility doctor because of infertility. Is there any forum I did not join? They
don't need to tell you that you as a person is going to be everywhere online. Anywhere you have mother and child.
Yes, exactly. Do you know when people ask me when I go to see doctor, I'm going to tell me, okay, you need to do this thing, or we think, because my own was unexplained. So that's on that level. Like, at some point, I was almost praying that they will even find something. So I'll say, okay, if they find this thing, I will know we're trying to cure that thing. Because mine was unexplained. So then, when they say, it might be this, even though we're not sure, it might be this, you will see me all night, all day. I'll be Googling, researching, checking papers, checking. Do you know, I remember one day I did one blood test. I did a blood test. They now wanted to, when they were taking my sample for the blood test, I now stood behind, the guy's system was open. I now stood behind him. So I saw where they wrote, like I think what they should check for in my blood.
Okay.
I now saw one technical name like this. Do you know I crammed that name?
So you can check it.
Just by reading it there. I crammed the name, immediately left that place. I just started Googling immediately, what is this thing? So the thing that period is very intense
very,
for
and the doctors
women.
have a way of telling you don't have any problem.
Yes.
That from what I'm seeing here, you just have to balance your diet and everything will be fine. I'll be like, it's not fine.
It's not that.
It's not fine. I'll be like, I've gone back when I was doing that tracking. Like, I will go. I'll say this month. They'll say, don't worry. From what we are seeing, it's like you've changed your diet. You started doing this one. I believe this month. I'll come back, doctor. This month, of course. They'll say, don't worry. I did it for 4 months. I said, it's okay.
But it's good, Sha. It's good that you actually tried it and just got it over with. Yeah. Because, what am I even saying? Do you know, a lot of women too, they are going through infertility, but they are not even doing tests.
Exactly.
Like even the regular tests,
you've not even gone to the hospital. You'll be like, okay, don't worry, I still have time. 4 years. I said, you don't have time.
And you know, some people always even say things like, you know how, okay, maybe now, because I've gone through it, I'll not tell you, don't worry, don't do tests. Just go and take this medicine. Just go and take that drug. And some women will go and take it.
See, with this stuff, this IVF I went through taught me a lot of things. It taught me that you don't just assume, because you don't know what is happening inside of you. You don't know the one that you would do. I have someone that said that when she did her egg transfer, they didn't like educate her well. And then when she left that place, she went to take a peppery food. And then it didn't even take some days, she started bleeding.
Are you serious?
So she's not going to do it again.
Are you serious? So you're not supposed to take peppery food?
I think so. Oh. Because they will just like tell you the things. Don't do strainers. Don't mind what you eat. Oh. Even pregnant, when you're in your early trimester or something, they advise you do this, do that. Don't take this, don't take that. It's just like a medical advice. Yeah. Even if you want to take not so much. Just something moderate. Not when you want to take pepper. You not add the whole. This thing. You can take pepper, but moderate. Everything should be moderate.
Chai. Okay, so when you now found out that you were pregnant, how did it go? How did you tell your husband?
Funny enough, my husband was there with me when I went to that final. It was just like, it was easier because it was just us. It is what we wanted. Yeah. Like both of us were there when we did the final blood test. Okay. So congratulations, not the hospital. Now congratulations, everything that comes with it. So then they now recommended there's this inserting drug they have to put. I think
progesterone.
Yes. I think for your womb, the lining or something for it to
really.
So I left because they can't do scan. They can't do anything.
It's true. They can't see anything.
They can't see anything. So it was just like I was just pregnant. I'm pregnant. Funny enough, I've not started spreading the news. And I was like, okay, let me wait till I do my 6 weeks scan.
Yeah.
You know, but I had some few people around that knew I was on the journey. So everybody wanted to know how did it go. I was like, the first phase is done. I'm pregnant.
Can you imagine the excitement there?
God, I was like, finally. I now remember at a point I was like, what if I had done this thing before I would have been pregnant? One man would say, what if I had done it before and it failed?
And it failed, exactly.
So it was just the time. The timing was right.
And you know, how old were you when you were going through this?
27.
27, yeah. Do you know, because I know that when some people are a certain age, they feel like they have time. I like the fact that even though you were young, because if not yet fallen under that category of people that it is I think it's from 35 that they say.
Yes, as you advance in age, the success rate reduces. Yes, and the risk too, pregnancy.
Yes, exactly. So I like the fact that you started it early, because some people will be like, I'm not yet 35, let me wait, I still have time.
Exactly. I have someone that said that you've not even gotten to 30, so why are you? I'm like, I was like, and my mom was like, do it if you want to. Why are you waiting till then? Yeah. What is telling you that if you do it, then it's going to work? Exactly.
And why do you want to wait if you know you will still do it? Why
exactly.
are you waiting? Although many of them feel like they might not need it eventually.
Yeah. Some people tell you everything you're doing is trial and error. So why don't you just try? Yeah. Try everything you can try.
Yeah. But how do your mom go through this? That's another
thing.
Are you her first daughter?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
So, all those kind of, everybody will say, your daughter, how are you now? They'll be like, what are you people doing? Everybody wants to know what are you doing about your daughter, this one. Funny enough, it wasn't that, like, it was just how many years, so who cares?
Exactly.
It was just 2 years, and it's just that a lot of people like
chucking eye and nose.
Funny enough, it's just, I've seen people 5, 6, 10 years, but I used my, I was imagining me how many years and people are checking. That means 10 years now. It's like eyeballs.
That means you can't even have normal conversation with people again.
No,
everybody will.
If you smile too much, they are smiling. Everybody like this one. She's smiling. She's not finally happy. It has entered. Your life is centered around the baby. Even if you are excelling in your workplace, even if you are excelling in your business, they don't want to know that part. Yeah, I think that's the Nigerian mentality. Is true. They don't care about this one. Once you marry, the next thing they're looking at, they don't want to know if you have attained to the highest CEO of whatever. Anything, the next one is pregnancy.
And another thing I even realized again about this whole infertility journey and how they perceive women. I think a lot of people that maybe they see you've been, maybe like my own case now that was 4 years. When they see me happy, in their mind they're like, why are you happy? Because they know that if it was them, they would have been very, very sad. So when they see, because I see people telling people like, you're still doing shakara, go and get pregnant, Joe. You're still doing shakara, you're painting your house white, because you don't have kids. When people make such comments, I'm like, so she should kill herself because she's going through infertility.
And funny enough, people don't even know how to talk to people, especially when someone is going through a particular stuff. Yes. You think it's funny to you. To you, your statement is so funny. You want the person to laugh. But deep down, the person, it's even making the person angry. It's very provocative. The way you just tell the person, do this, do that, or leave that in just because you don't even know. Don't worry when it starts coming now. You see someone that don't even have a child, the person is like telling you something, be like, don't worry when you have your own child. It's because you don't have a child. And you know the person is going through that infertility stuff. Yeah. To you now, it's funny. It's no harm. You didn't mean anything. Harm, but to the person, it will like, okay, so because I don't have a child, I can't really like advise or something. Yeah. And funny enough, I wanted to say, let's tell people what they should say and what they should not say. I just feel like no matter how many times we say it, you can know how many people will you tell? How many people will you tell?
No matter how many times you say, people will still be saying.
The thing is just to grow this thick skin.
Yes,
when they tell you, true. But deep down you just. At a time I was like, if you give me advice, maybe when I travel to the village, they tell me, I'll say okay. Even if you say bring this one, if not, I say just collect it as we are going.
Yes.
Because it's when you start arguing, be like you don't want to help yourself.
Exactly.
When you're telling, just listen. Listen carefully. Just say, okay, no problem. Okay, that's this way, no problem. Would they follow you to your house to know if you are doing it? So most times the pressure is really
it's something else. So another thing again that happens is some people just see you. Okay, you didn't really stay long, Sha. So, but one thing happened to me then a lot was people would just see me and be asking me, how are the kids? And I'm like, did I invite you for naming ceremony?
They must have pressed them about 4 years by now.
By now, yeah. How are the kids? I'll just say they are fine. It's when they now probe further and now tell them, they're in heaven, boy and girl, they will soon come. That's what I tell them at some point. Oh, they will soon come down when they're still in heaven. They will now start say, okay, don't worry, God will do it for you, that kind of thing. But my mind, I'm like, why did you start with how are the kids? When I did not invite you for naming ceremony, you've never seen me with kids before, but it's just
based on assumption, assume that 4 years she's supposed to have her own.
I mean, another thing people need to realize is that now the rate of infertility is more than what it used to be.
Then, yes.
It's more. I don't know what is causing it now, Sha. What do you think? You think it's our food?
Maybe. A lot of then people were eating more of organic things they get from their farm. But now there are a lot of important a lot of tinned foods, a lot of easy homemade food that you can just pour, mix 2 or 3 things together. It comes out so yummy. So.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's part of it, Sha. So when you now find out, you're pregnant. At your 6-week scan, how did it go?
Before not before after I went for the 6-week scan. Okay. They actually confirmed I had I'm having 2.
Okay.
Yes, they actually confirmed I'm having 2 babies. I was like, oh, so the 3rd one is already in heaven. I said, okay. They said 2. I said, the doctor said, you're even lucky to have 2. I said, yeah, I'm so happy I'm having twins. I'll be a twin mom, you know. I can imagine. I don't even know if it's a boy or girl. I don't even know if it's boy, girl or boy. Whatever it is, it's fine.
Yeah.
So I went home. I think 2 weeks after, I started bleeding.
Hey, what no pregnant woman wants to see
Jesus.
ever?
It has not. Immediately I saw that bleeding, I don't want anybody. I say it has gone.
Hey,
the babies, they are out. They don't even want to stay. I say, and now I know that it's not even. They don't want to stay. This is my body. They don't like it. They don't want to stay. But what was confusing when I was bleeding? I had like lumps. I had like 3 lumps. It was coming out in lumps. Like 3 things came out. One. When I was sitting at the I noticed 1, 2, 3. I was like, it's 3. Or maybe the placenta even followed it to go out. I said 2 plus placenta. That is it. And this was happening in the night. I was like, it is gone. You cannot tell me anything. I had to call the hospital. They said I should come in. So I went to the hospital that night. They gave me one very painful injection. Very painful. I said, okay, do scan first. Let me see. They said, no, they will not do any scan now. Till tomorrow, they'll have to watch the bleeding and the rest. So they put me on.
This one was to stop the bleeding or what?
I think it's a progesterone something. Yes. I think they were just doing their best, even if I'm miscarrying or anything. Let it just help.
Okay.
Hold it back or something. So they said I won't go back home. I have to be admitted. I said no problem. What I want is the scan for me to know if the babies are still okay. So they said they won't do anything till the next morning. So the next morning they did scan. Yes, they did scan the next morning and said the babies are fine.
Are you serious?
That might be implantation bleeding.
Oh, after 6-week scan.
I'm surprised. What is implanting again?
Exactly.
I was not thinking I straight. Then they didn't even know I was having 3. They said, don't worry. Whatever it is that came out, it's just that your babies are fine. I said, okay, that is the most important thing.
Yeah, actually.
Okay,
it's possible that maybe... Okay, you didn't have implantation bleeding when you put it in.
Yes.
So it's possible it just
yes, because I've not even had any bleeding since the egg transfer.
Okay.
So it's possible that was what
came
triggered
out,
it.
Yeah.
I went back home. The end is that we are fine. Both of us went back home. The bleeding even stopped. At the next day, it was like almost nothing was coming out. Okay. I think maybe the injections they gave me and the rest. So I went home. I think after 2 months, when you are preparing to start your antenatal and the rest, I came back to the hospital for proper checkup and every other thing. So they were doing the scan. The doctor now said, there was a way he said it, I'm sorry, we told you people that it was 2. I'm sorry, we are seeing 3. Oh, that mixed feelings, everything. I've already have a picture of how their room will be 2.
Yes.
I was not adding any extra person. So I was like, twins, everything I'm buying is 2. I was already looking up twins things, stroller to everything, whether boy or girl, boy, girl. It was just 2 that was in my head. So I had this mixed, not like I didn't want the 3.
Yeah,
I had this mixed feeling plus fear.
Is that fear that I'm even thinking of too? Because 3 children in your tummy.
The pregnancy, the fear now. The 2 was like normal. I've seen people do it. Yeah. So the 3 now, how do I carry this? Probably the fact that doctor have told me in the beginning that we are hoping for 1. At the max 2.
Okay, it's true.
So now I've already heard that 3 is a problem. Yeah. So now that's where the mixed feeling came from. I was like, can I do this? They said, no, I don't remember. My cousin actually gave birth to triplets. She had 3 girls, but her own, no IVF.
Oh,
her first natural. It just came. So I was like, if she can do it,
that means you can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I now went home. I started to tell people that I've told I'm having 2.
You can start telling again.
I have to go back and tell them it's 3 now. No. The pregnancy. I still have phobia. In fact, when I see a pregnant woman first, I just give her that helping hand because I feel everybody is going through what I went through. Because it was not easy. I was sick. I lost weight. I was not even looking like someone that was having 3. It was towards my last trimester that I started gaining my weight back. The first 3 weeks, I was sick. I wasn't getting up from that. My business suffered. Everything around me suffered. I wasn't getting up from. I would just wake up, stay there, vomit from morning till night, go back to the hospital. They will give me IVs to because I was dehydrated.
Yeah.
So I was just like, they will say anytime you feel like this, just come back. There was always going back and forth. I said that my antenatal 3 months. Then I was coming 2 weeks. It was like, this is so stressful. Like, okay. My
your own was not normal 1 month.
No, it was 2 weeks. Maybe because I was having multiple.
Yeah.
They really need to monitor me and everything going on inside me. So that was how I started going every 2 weeks. I did circlage.
Okay, so they did it. Did they do it because you had any symptom of?
No, because I was having multiples.
Okay, just to be sure
because it would definitely.
Okay, it's true. The weight and everything.
Yes.
Hey, what is this about? How did you carry triplets?
My tummy stretched. I have never seen. At the time I don't sit like this. It would be like.
As in, all tummy.
At 6 months, people were like telling me, congratulations. Don't worry, you will soon born. Don't worry. I was just looking around and say, only if they know. I have 3 months. I said, I'm wishing. I'm wishing that it's true. I was just growing big and big and big. 6 months, I was looking like the normal 9 months because it's 3. It's 3. And then, before they even saw the 3rd one, I had this issue on my leg. Anytime I go, I always tell them that I think something is on my leg. They will say, no, that the babies they saw is here. It's not there. I said, I was always feeling pain. They say maybe it's because of the way I lie down. It was then, after, I think 2 months, going to 3 months, that they now confirmed that the 3rd baby is actually down.
Okay.
I could not walk.
Baby pressing a nerve or something.
Exactly. I was always telling them, they will check, they will say nothing. I was like, this baby is really hiding. And guess what? It was the girl.
Oh, are you serious?
It was the girl.
She was just chilling at the back. She was like, I don't want to come stress.
It was the girl. I was like, so this is how you don't want me to have it. I had 2 boys.
As in there, actually.
Because then, I remember then when I finally checked the gen, every time I will ask, is this still the same baby that is there? They say it's still the same one that is there. I think because of the space they don't have, they don't really
move like that. Okay.
Because of the lack of space, they have to just manage the.
How was your body that period? How did you feel physically? Like, how did your tummy feel?
It stretched. Like you see, it was not paining me like normal pregnancy. You won't even know when it's happening. But when I look at myself towards the 8 months, it was like, will I ever go back to the way I was looking? In fact, my aim was not even to go. My aim is to offload.
Let me survive this one first.
I said, Jesus, who sends me? It was like, so when people say I tap, I say, know what you're tapping. Know what you're tapping. I was like, I was looking so different. Everywhere swollen. Everything about me. In fact, people could not even recognize me. If I'm walking like this, like, just for me to just maybe exercise. They say don't stay one place, but I couldn't go from upstairs, downstairs. Everything. I was just like when I was sitting one place. I was just like, bring this one for me, bring this one, because if I forget anything,
you can't go back.
It was really. Did
you have house helps that period?
I didn't. I had just had come and go, like someone that comes, cleans, and then do 1 or 2 things for me. And so go. Before the person goes, he has already arranged the necessary things I would need. And everything is centered around where I am. If I want this one, this is the so time. I already have people that normally deliver food for me.
Okay.
So I have time that I'll just call them. They will bring it for me.
Yes.
Once I bring my game, I'll just carry it and bring it for me. So everything is already planned to make it easier for me. Because in the beginning, yes, I could move around, but towards the end, the weight was too much. So I was always bending down. Before I move, I have to like hold on to something. for me to move, coupled with the pains everywhere. Yeah. You know, when it gets close to your delivery time, you just feel... It was not even close to my delivery, funny enough, because I didn't even get to my due date.
How many weeks did you give birth?
33.
33 weeks.
Yes.
Oh, that's... Okay, no, for triplets, it's normal now.
It's normal. They say it's normal, but my babies are like the tiniest babies
I can imagine.
They were so tiny.
I can imagine, because even one child at 33 is very tiny. Imagine 3 children now at...
They were so tiny, but not like it was my daughter that was like the smallest. It was she was like 1.9.
Are you serious?
But my 2 sons crossed too. Maybe because of where she is or something. I don't know.
No, and again, well, yeah. Plus she's a girl too. Girls are usually small, have smaller birth.
So the other one was like 2.4. The other one 2 kg. So. It was, they didn't have to stay in that incubator.
Yeah, okay. So the 3 of them did not stay?
No, the 3 of them did not stay. Because they were saying, because I had emergency CS.
Oh, what happened?
I was just at home sitting down. It was like my water broke. It was in the evening, because I gave birth midnight. I said, my water broke. Is that you're not? I said, no, I've not experienced it before.
Yeah, but you will know now.
But I know. Yes. This is different.
It's from inside somehow. It's not.
You hear like a ball or something.
Yes, it's a pop.
I was like, this is it. My water broke. I stood up. It was not stopping. Even when it will not stop. I said, this is it. I have to go to the hospital. I went back to the hospital, and then before I went to the hospital, I already called them. So I think they were already calculating the date I did everything, because I used the same hospital from the treatments to the IVF to delivery. That's actually very good. So they started calculating when I did the IVF, everything. So when I came, they said the babies are small. Like, if it's possible, they will hold it back. They have to give me 1 injection. At least let me stay for 1 more week. Okay. That is if it's possible. That is the max I can go with. It's the water already dropping. So they gave me one very painful injection again. I said, just wait. I said, okay, no problem. If I don't mind staying here, they say, but they have to admit me for the 1 week. Then they will monitor me closely and everything.
Your money go the add. We'll get to the cost later. Let's finish this first, because it's not chicken change, my dear.
So they admitted me. They told my husband to go back and maybe get some things. And then the baby stuffs are halfway arranged. I was still 8 months now, halfway arranged. But everything is there. It's just to like put it together. So I told my sister, I start putting everything together. This is how this box is meant to take this. This one is meant to take this. And wait till the next 1 week. Because they said 1 week. I said, okay. So 2 hours later, I started contracting.
Imagine.
Yeah, I started contracting. They said, once I start contracting,
there's nothing they can do about it.
There is nothing they can do again. They had to call my husband that already gone to the house to get some things for me, that your wife is giving birth this night. I said, I need, I want the baby. I said, no. Leave them inside there. I want them to stay.
Because of how early it is, you'll be...
Yeah. I talked to them. They said, have anybody given birth 33 weeks? They said, no, yes. I said, I want it. They said, don't worry. They will be fine. We've already tried. We've checked. The babies are healthy, everything. After much, they pressed for CS. And then, that is it. I was just there. They brought out the first one, second one, third one.
And they were fine. No incubator, no nothing.
Nothing.
But did they go through like series of tests and all those things?
Yes, because I stayed 1 week in the hospital.
Okay, just 1 week.
Yes, just.
Yeah, no man. Some people that even give birth to one stay 1 week too now.
So when they were there, they were just there. They put they were giving them some drugs because they put this what's that thing they call it? This line now for giving them. Okay. There was 3 of them had it with the attacks. Twin 1, twin 2. So you know how they came out. So everybody had their this. They were giving them all those, their regular. I think they were giving them Astefa, that's the blood. This thing. They were giving them a lot of multivitamins. That's basically, but nothing. Their faces are open. Everything is open. They're on their own. You can even change their diaper. Everything. They were in my room actually, just beside me. So the doctor they just come. Me too. I was recovering. So all of us. That is it.
So after that, now what now? How did you now go back home? Hey, how many helps do you have now?
I have 2.
Okay.
Because then someone that cleans.
That cleans, yeah. So when you went back home with tiny children, how did you cope?
No, when I went back home, I just had one. The help was not. It was not my come and go that was still there. So I was like, if you can stay.
Okay.
Because it was just, I was still like trying to get someone. I was 8 months. I was trying to like get someone. I was still telling her to stay then, because when I heard that I'm going to give birth, I was like, I'm going to call her. because she was still considering them, shakara with all these workers. Be like you're begging them all this one. I told okay, stay. Since my mom, because it was even an emergency because my mom is working.
Okay.
So she was preparing to come April. And now she's coming March.
Okay.
So everything she has planned is centered around coming April. Now she has to like tidy up her own ends.
Yeah, before.
So I just had my sister and my husband available. So my sister had to come to the hospital. Plus the girl had to say, okay, at least for some weeks, just stay there. I intensified the search for help.
Yeah.
So that was it. Coming back home. So before I left the hospital, I think 2 days before I left the hospital, my mom came.
Okay.
It was just my sister that was with me then. That one was just coming and going.
How did you survive the first 3 months with triplets? Let's not talk about what's happening now, but then those first 3 months, how did you survive?
My mom was there, so my sister was there, and then I had help. I had this my come and go, but she was not steady because sometimes weekend she will go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it was just okay. Let me just manage what I have till I get. Well, along the line, I got someone. The first person that says with, but my mom, my sister, and then we had to take turns because the first month I was still recovering. So most of the times they do the major work.
Yeah.
But 2 months I've already started getting myself. So sometimes, especially for midnight, because they feed very little quantity, like 2 hours every 1 hour. So even midnight you have to. So we do okay. You like sleeping by this time. Why not take this time? Let me take this time. So people, there's like my mom will say, she prefers being awake. Like she wakes up 2 a.m. 3 so it's her normal distance. So it's okay. Let me do sleep from so time to this time while I take over. Though sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sleep will still, but those children that cry will just wake you up.
That first you can't ignore it, no, except they are somewhere else.
First, not even 3 months. The first, let's say 4 or 5 months before they now stabilize, before they now say it's maybe 4 hours because they sleep longer. Yeah. And that 1 hour, once you reach children, they are like their cry is their alarm clock. You don't even need to set your timer for anything. They will just wake up.
After that first 3 months of having the kids and your body has adjusted and your body adjusts safe. When did your body even start adjusting?
I don't even know if it has even finished adjusting.
But did you have to go back to do any test or anything like on yourself?
Yes, I went back. I think after 6 weeks, I went back. They checked everything. They checked the stitches and everything. They said I'm fine.
Okay. That is normal CS checkup.
But after then, that's it.
That's it.
I didn't have no pain, nothing like it's just there. It healed perfectly. Everything is just.
Did you try breastfeeding?
I tried, but I didn't do exclusive. From the hospital, they started taking a pregnant, so I was just like expressing. I will express, but I won't really get much. So they
pregnant. That's
preterm. They are pregnant for preterm babies. Okay. Yeah. So I was supporting them. Then they will encourage me to express. I will express like 30 meals. It wasn't much. So they already know the issues I was having with breastfeeding. They came in, they did a lot of things. But one thing, they will just try to tell you to calm down. That even if you don't breastfeed, the babies will be fine.
Be fine, yeah.
Aside from everybody, people will be telling you this, that, make sure you breastfeed. Like I went to one hospital here in Port Harcourt. My kids were like, let's say, they're even above 6 months then. So the lady was asking me, have I stopped breastfeeding? I now said, yes, now I've stopped breastfeeding. It's been long I even stopped breastfeeding. So I just said it casually. So she now turned to the other nurse there. She didn't know maybe I was Igbo. So she now turned to the other nurse and said, can you imagine? Imagine. I now turned to the nurse and told her that when you have triplets, you come back, let us have this conversation.
Exactly.
So the other nurse was like, no, it's not like that. I said, don't worry. When you have triplets, you come back, let us have this particular conversation. So you can turn around and tell someone in Igbo because I'm here speaking English for you.
Yeah, maybe you thought you're from Rivers or something.
Exactly.
But one thing, because this has happened to me in hospital before. That was even Cora, my first child. Cora stopped breastfeeding directly, but I could express and put aside bottle for her and she would take it. So one day, I think we went for immunization or something. Yeah, immunization. I now was feeding her with bottle in between. One nurse came to meet me and said, no, as if you see what she did there, you would think I was giving my child poison. You would think I was giving my child coke.
Like you're doing the worst thing on earth.
What's that? I told her, I'm feeding her now. That no. This is a breastfeeding hospital. We encourage breastfeeding. I told her no. I want my child. I didn't even tell her that it was breast milk that was inside. I told her no. I want my child to take the formula. Let her take it. She not said. She just walked away. If you see on her face, disappointment.
They will tell you that is it because you don't want your breast. You don't want it to be like. No, this. They said, Jay, this is your first child. And they said, don't worry, everything will stay up. I was like, these people don't even know how to talk to. Even if I was not, is that how to advise me?
Exactly.
You think I would take, because of this instead, it will make me angry. I won't even take your advice.
Exactly. Okay, what I want to ask is, how was your experience with the medical professionals, like doctors, nurses?
The doctor, the chief doctor that was in charge, perfect. He will explain everything to you. Yeah. Like, it's not just after do this, do that. Like, for every step.
Yeah, that's actually very good when it comes to doctors, because if you don't know what you are going into, like, how will you even do it well?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I like for the fact that he's actively involved. Even that night, I gave birth around 11 p.m. He was not in the hospital, but they had to call him. He was there. Before I came, like 5 doctors were already waiting for me. You know, that treatment. Yes. Yeah. So you will feel safe when you look around and say, okay, this person is here. This person is here. Yeah. You know, they'll tell you to calm down. Even if you encounter this person is here.
Yeah, I think it's very good to have doctors that explain all these things to you as a novice, especially because, and again, it even helps you to even trust the process and trust the doctor.
Exactly, because you already know what you're going into. You already know what you're going to see. Because they will tell you that this is it. This is max. This is what will happen in this procedure.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to the cost. I don't know why I'm laughing. Because how much is IVF in Nigeria?
I don't think it has a fixed price. Depending on your own scenario, depending on your case.
Okay.
Like for me, I have already done the measure. I did heteroscope. Those ones are not included in the IVF totally, because I did those ones separately. The treatments, all those my first treatments. Yeah. I didn't really, but the main amount I paid for my IVF was, I think, 1.2.
Okay. Are you serious?
Yes.
It's not as bad as I thought, too.
For the IVF only. Aside other admissions.
Okay.
And it was really affordable, though. Yeah. With the pictures people are painting. But it depends on the hospital, though. The hospital I used, actually, 1.2 something, but I don't know I think 250 or something, but there was something on top. Then I think I paid 100 and something or 200 and something for tests. Okay. So when they add all those things together, let's say max 1.4, 1.5. When you add any extra bill that might come in the name of maybe the drugs you get, all those things you're meant to use.
So it's not as bad as I thought.
No, it's not as bad as, it's not as...
I don't think people know this, so do people know?
I don't know, because the picture people are painting, they'll tell you, with 5 million.
Yes.
That was the picture people are painting. So the first thing I had to do, I had to ask the price, how much is it? They said this. I said, okay.
I never just...
So my own was 1 cycle, that is it. Some people tell you for 2 cycles.
Okay.
2 points. It depends on how many cycles. I was like, it's my first, let me just
do 1 cycle.
So the 1 point is just for 1 cycle.
Okay.
If it fails, I have to pay another 1.2.
Yeah, okay.
So, but some people tell you, okay, pay 2 million, pay 2.5 for 2 cycles.
2 cycles, okay. 3. Why will I pay when I'm not, for something I'm not sure whether it's
work some or people not. Are like that, they want to like, in case if it fails, but I just paid I just said 1. They told me 1.2 is for 1 cycle, so I saw it there. I was like, okay, fine. They didn't even give me the option of 1, 2 cycles or 3 cycles or something. So I was like, okay, let me do the 1 cycle. And as God will have it. Yeah, that was it.
And that hospital, at least, and I think I know them somehow.
Yes,
that's really a good hospital. Yes, I think I know them. So for me, that price and that hospital is not bad, actually.
No, it's not bad. And you get the attention you need because it's strictly fertility. Yes. You don't have to like see a lot of people that have headache, people that have malaria, people that have this one. When you come there, everybody that enters there is you're a lady, you're having fertility. Yeah.
Okay, so how is life with triplets now? Did you have to put your life on hold?
Everything is on hold.
Are you serious?
My whole existence is on hold.
But you're still looking very fresh now, looking like a baby girl.
Once in a while, you have to like remind yourself, this is who I used to be.
Exactly. I was watching your morning routine with triplets and I was like, I can't imagine. Me with 1 child there, I was running mad. So this one with 3 children.
And then they have this connection, like I don't know, like if one wakes up now and shouts, like the other two saying, okay, we are here, you didn't invite us. shouting unnecessarily. Like, we are here for you, okay? As you're crying, we'll help you.
We'll help intensify the cry so that you get your response quick.
Everything I thought it would be, it's opposite of it. I thought sharp, I've already passed the face. Go back to my work, do this, do that. As day goes by, you want to be there.
Yeah.
You want to make sure everything is okay. You can't even trust, now you're out, now you'll be like, where are they? All these ones. With all those, helps. They only do what they feel is best for them.
Yeah.
They don't even know what is best for you.
Exactly.
It's just them. So you need to tell them this is it, this is that. So.
You're lucky though. You're lucky that you have the opportunity to be at home with your kids. To me, it's a privilege.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. Some people they don't have that option. They have to go back to work. So how would they cope?
Okay, but how is their health? Perfect, Abby. They're okay.
They're okay. Hardly. Just in the normal cold.
Yeah, normal, yeah.
Yeah, then when they were teething, that was them. For some months now, we've been okay.
Okay.
Nothing. So they're not like sickly or anything. They're fine.
Yeah. And again, for people that will hear IVF and think the children will be different, it's still regular human beings. Regular human beings.
Very smart. Even
because to me, as much as yes, there were some lab and medical things involved. Yeah. Their existence is still natural existence. It's still the way human beings are intended. It's
just like take from you, then
put it together.
Back.
They help the process, but they do not make the process.
Whatever your tongue is meant to, they say, don't worry, don't stress yourself.
Just stress yourself,
let's do it for you.
But it's still regular children. Yeah. So anyway, what is your advice? Let's end with this. What's your advice to women who are dealing with infertility issues, who are struggling or who are skeptical about doing IVF, having triplets? What is your advice to them? Okay,
I will always tell them, don't let anything hold you back. Go all out for it. Yeah. If you've gotten to that point that you've tried this, you've tried that, IVF, it's not a killer or it doesn't change anything about it. It's the same thing. Yeah. Assuming I had one, I can come out and say, I didn't do IVF.
IVF is true.
Because they don't write it on my face. You did IVF. Yeah. So even that stigma around the IVF, I think it's just people that are overthinking themselves.
Yeah, people are overthinking because if I meet somebody now, I can't use myself to judge, maybe because I went through infertility and all of that. But even before then, if I hear somebody did IVF, it does not look it doesn't do anything to my mind about the person.
I've had people that did it way back.
Yes.
People that embraced it way back. Exactly. All those aunties then, when it came out, they had to spend a lot of money to do it. And I've seen the children grow. Nothing. Very intelligent. And there's no difference.
It's true.
So, when you hear from the side and you've not really seen someone, you'll be like, okay.
Yeah. But again, another advice that I would even say for women that are waiting, wait if you can. But if you can, just go ahead and go to fertility hospitals, clinics.
Don't just go from one doctor to the other. They said I met this one. This person said, this is who I use. Yeah. Or you now go, the person will mix one or two things for you. Because when you come in first, they'll ask you, what have you taken?
Oh, are you serious?
Yes, because they know a lot of women take those things. They will tell them, be honest, have you taken any herbal? Let them know where they're
to start from. It's
you cannot take all those concussions and then come and say it's not working. They'll not warn you. We're about to start this treatment. Make sure you don't take anything. Yeah. There's nothing you take now that will facilitate this thing. Don't say this herb will help it will make you. Don't worry. The drugs will do the job. Yeah. So don't help us with your own abo or whatever.
Exactly. If you could help yourself, why are you here? Exactly. When it comes to also this whole waiting process and everything, a lot of women need to calm down. Yes, it's difficult but calm down and be focused on one treatment and just on the right treatment. It's not just
try this one. Someone say, it might not be this, don't worry, leave this one. Yeah. Or then always listen to your doctor, because notice some people say, when they say do tracking, I say, no, what is tracking? It's not something I've been doing in the house.
It's true.
I was like, okay, I have to follow the due process. Yeah. I was not, when I said I wanted to do the IVF, I said, no, we have to start with this. I did not say no. You must do the IVF. That is what I came here. You cannot come and take my money. If you don't want to, let me try another hospital, because maybe someone told me do IVF. I was like, okay, let me hear what this doctor have to say. Yeah. Let me just follow it, because nobody wants to do IVF first.
Exactly.
I didn't want to do IVF at first. I just want to go through the normal fertility treatment and then carry my baby. But as it stands, I virtually did almost everything.
Yes, actually.
So instead of waiting, because after doing everything, they will not tell you, okay, keep on trying. That keep on trying is what I don't want, because that keep on trying doesn't have a time frame.
Yeah.
That keep on trying can be years.
Exactly.
So I was like, let me still try this one. It's just trying. So that is it. I will always advise, if you have the means,
it's true.
don't hold yourself back. It's not different. It's the same. You will have healthy babies, fine healthy babies looking just like you and your husband.
Yes, exactly. Because because it's you and your husband now. It's not any other thing.
Yeah, you're looking exactly like you and your husband. So let it not hold you back that there is something they're doing they're not telling you. You know, some people tell you there is something there. They're not telling you. That forget all this food that they have something.
Something that no, there's nothing now. There's nothing. And especially if you go to a certified professional, like you're going to a certified, you're not just going to any backyard hospital, what I don't like is all this. There's somebody in one village, in one place, they do one thing, you won't do scan for a certain period of time. You just wait.
I've heard that story. I've heard that story. People take a lot of risk.
Exactly.
With the level of exposure you have in education, someone will tell you not to do scan, and you can't give birth 9 months. It's sometimes
I always tell myself that those people know that is
exactly
illegal. They know, but they don't want to admit
This is
it.
like when they say you don't do pregnancy test till then.
Exactly.
I'll not keep
on. Let me wait until
because
you tell me.
They tied my hands somewhere.
So I feel like they know, but they don't want to admit it to themselves. That's why they do.
And then there's another thing I normally say: if you're not because actually this was not the first hospital I started using. The first preliminary test I did, I used one hospital. I was not really comfortable with the doctors. Always like talking. You will leave the topic we are talking about, and then you start like, okay. I said, this is not what I came here for. Like, I need us to be serious. So how will I be serious if I lie down there for you to...
It's true.
Like, you are trying to gist on top of my own...
I can't imagine. Do you know, I met a doctor like that before. Yes. He's not telling me about that. Sometimes they'll even bring topic about politics or one stupid thing. Like,
you're trying to gist on top of my own...
And because I'm trying not to be rude, you just be there answering. But your man, you're like, is this...
I was like, this is not serious. And I did one or two things that... Like I did HSG there, the kind of pain I felt, and then the after effects, things that came. I was like, even after, I was like, no. Do you know, I did heteroscopy, I didn't feel like when I read online, I was like, people say this, that, but when I did mine, I was like,
it wasn't that bad.
That was when I said, I'm here.
So that HSG, your own was so pain, and things were coming out.
Oh, that HSG, not like things were coming out. I went on after some days when I went to pee, like I saw like. Is it cotton wool or something? That means he didn't actually like check everything. Yeah. I was like, what if this thing could have led to maybe a very serious infection
or something? So
that was the end. I said, no, we are done with that hospital. Because this is the height of carelessness.
Yeah, as in
this. I'm just doing the normal test. Let me even know what is happening.
This kind of thing, when you do CS, they would
that was a hospital. And I said, no, I'm done with hospitals. I had to browse and see. I had to get the whole fertility clinics around. I narrowed it down. I had to pay that 20. I went for consultation in the 3. Depending on the countenance of the doctor and everything, I was like, okay, I'm comfortable here. That was it.
Okay, that means... You're really trying. For me, you're a very strong woman. I give you props, as in kudos to you for being a very strong woman, because carrying triplets, even how you were very decisive and, ahead moving, like, I like women like you to talk to women, because a lot of women are not decisive.
That fear of staying 4 years, 6 years, that's even, when you look at the future, what's the essence of waiting and still
yeah.
Some people wait and then it will come. So you just decide on your own, but most times, since you're still in the trial period, leave your mind and heart open. Yeah. You can try a lot of things.
So are you done now with kids?
Of course.
Are you sure?
This one, the handful. I'm done.
Anyway, your children are still 1 year. Let's wait.
The memories are still so fresh. Even if I'm not done, when I remember the pregnancy, I'm done.
No, but you're even lucky, Seth. You had 3 at once. Many people, it's not. In fact,
yes, I have someone even with the IVF is 1.
Is 1.
So now she's planning to. If she don't take, she will give herself some years. If it doesn't happen, she's going back to like repeat the same thing again.
No, it's not easier. Yeah. Anyway, you guys have heard it. I really enjoyed this conversation, and this is one topic I can talk about for. Like you're a pro like me, and it's like we can talk about this for a very long time, but let's just end this video here. Remember, like I said, her channel is D Umadi, okay? her name is Jideonwo. So anytime I want to say your name, I'm always trying to remember.
I'm trying to remember the connection between
so
the two.
D Umeadi is the name of her YouTube channel. If you want to go and learn more about her life as a mom, IVF mom of triplets, how she's coping, if you want to follow their lives, okay? But if you also want to learn much from her about this whole process, then please go and check her channel out. And I'm sure if you ask her questions privately, she will answer you. Yeah. So I like how open she is as well. Like, some people will come and be coding it. They won't tell you everything. Like how open you are.
When I was like researching for this, I needed to see people talk about it. I needed to hear it from people, especially around this Port Harcourt. I had to narrow it down to let me know what is happening here with IVF and everything. So I think when more people talk about it, there's this stress it eases from people wanting to know about it.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for coming. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.